Is China about to set up an international spy network using our phones? That's what the United States thinks it's doing and is desperately trying to stop it. All of this is unfolding in a court case against one of the world's biggest telecom companies, Huawei, and the arrest of its chief financial officer. Last December, Meng Wanzhou was held by Canadian border police while flying out of the country. They did this at the request of the US, who charged Wanzhou and her company with doing business with Iran in breach of sanctions reimposed by Donald Trump last year. Huawei is also accused of laundering money, obstructing justice, and stealing robot technology from competitor T-Mobile, who it's been working closely with for years. Wanzhou, who's also the daughter of the company's founder, is now suing both Canada and the US for what she says was a breach of her rights. And China is furious about all this. It's accusing Canada of being part of a witch hunt against Huawei and says the charges are unfair and immoral. China's foreign ministry spokesperson Geng Shuang accuses the US of using its state power to smear and crack down on targeted Chinese companies in an attempt to kill their normal and legal business operations. Huawei's founder, Ren Zhengfei, says the arrest of his daughter is politically motivated. So, is this about more than just business? Well, there's a reason the US and other Western powers are worried about the swift rise of Huawei, and that has to do with the company's part in rolling out 5G networks across the world. And it's been scooping up contracts to set up infrastructure in more than 30 countries by doing things cheaper and faster than its competitors. Fair enough, right? Except the US thinks there's something sinister going on, and says Huawei has its allegiance to the Chinese Communist Party, not to the free market, and could be using these networks to install tools to help China spy on ordinary citizens as well as governments, basically setting up a framework to collect data on billions of people all around the world.
Would be that we're deeply concerned about the risks of allowing any company or entity that is beholden to foreign governments that don't share our values to gain positions of power inside our telecommunications networks.
As a result, the US, Australia, and New Zealand have blocked Huawei from getting these contracts, and they're lobbying others to do the same. Now, Germany, Poland, and Japan are debating whether they should do so as well, and whether it's even legally possible. But this is all just anti-Chinese paranoia, right? Maybe not. Huawei has always had a cozy relationship with the Chinese government. It got its big break in the mid-90s when it won a contract to provide telecom equipment to the People's Liberation Army. The next year, it was assigned the national champion and given free rein across China as part of an effort to push out foreign corporations. Fast forward to today, and Huawei's become the world's biggest seller of network telecom equipment, and last year sold more smartphones than Apple. So something the company and its founder Ren Zhengfei owe a debt of gratitude to the leaders of China. And there's another thing. Early last year, a huge story broke about the African Union headquarters, which the Chinese government had offered to finance and build in 2012. According to inside sources, there was a massive security breach, and every night for 5 years, data would be transferred from its systems to servers in Shanghai. Not only that, but when they investigated the building, they found walls ridden with bugs and recording devices. And you know who set up the computer systems in the building? That's right, Huawei. Now, there's never been official confirmation of this breach, and of course both China and Huawei deny they had anything to do with it. But even if all of this is true, would China be the first country to do this? Well, no. The US, along with Canada, the UK, Australia, and New Zealand, have been accused for years of collecting metadata on their citizens and sharing it with each other, under an intelligence alliance known as the Five Eyes. This includes phone messages, emails, and internet data on millions of people. So a lot of this hysteria around a foreign government tapping into your phone and stealing your secrets is likely already happening. But here's why the US is really freaking out about this. It doesn't see 5G as a telecom service, but as a military weapon. Because as everyone, including Western armies and government institutions, become more dependent on faster and more interconnected networks, the more power that could give a country like China to infiltrate their systems and steal their data. The head of Huawei, Ren Zhengfei, says it's overreacting.
They've been regarding 5G as the technology at the same level of some other military equipment. 5G is not an atomic bomb.
Still, the US is determined to stop Huawei and has threatened to cut military ties to any country that signs contracts with them.
We cannot ensure the defense of the West if our allies grow dependent on the East.
So, while it's inevitable China is becoming a global player in technology, and its success story, Huawei, will play a vital role in making all of our internet networks faster, should we be worried about what China's doing behind the scenes? Or Is this simply about the US and its allies not playing fair?